Hi there, this is AniBusiness with your friend Simeon. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're into goat farming, then this video is for you. In this very video, we are going to be talking about some sickness or diseases or any health complication, health issue that you can see on your goat. I am not a veterinary doctor. I am just a young farmer who have passion for livestock farming, and I just know little about animal health and treatment. So I am not a veterinary doctor. In a case where you cannot treat your goat by yourself, please always consult a veterinary doctor to come to your farm and treat your goat. So if you know you are not capable of treating your goat yourself, please consult a veterinary doctor and don't administer any drug from your own hand if you actually don't know what is wrong with your goat. I'll be listing just 10 sicknesses with their symptoms. When you see the sign that you can tell that, okay, it is so sickness that is wrong with this goat. And I'm not going to be giving you everything offhand because it's not easy. This is a very delicate topic. So I had to read what I wrote here out of my phone for you, and I will explain along so that whatever time you see all those signs, you can easily tell that, oh, this is what is wrong with my goat. Then you know what medicine to buy and give to the goat. But before we start, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever time I drop a new video for you. Please, I am begging, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to reach out to me, please, these are the number to reach out to me on, especially on WhatsApp. And this number is strictly for consultation only, please. On my first list here, I have diarrhea. Diarrhea is caused by infection or bacteria, climate change, dietary change, or parasites. When they start pooing watery feces instead of the breakable one, the little drop of feces that will be coming out of their anus, it will just be a wet one, like it is mixed with water. So your goat is having diarrhea. What are the symptoms of diarrhea? Just as I said, it is watery and smelling stool. Stool is shit, feces, as we do normally call it in Nigeria, feces. So that is the symptoms of diarrhea. Then the medication you can get to treat that particular goat at the moment is kaolin peptine or penicillin, procaine penicillin. You can get that injection and give it to and treat the goat. Then I move to number 2, which is internal parasites. What is internal parasite? It is caused by worms or other endoparasites such as protozoans. What are endoparasites? Endoparasites, those are living organisms that are harmful to the body, which live inside the body, that disturbs the animal or human being, mammals in general. So examples of them is what we call worms and the protozoans. You know, those who are into veterinary these things will know what protozoan is, but that is just a cause of internal parasite. What are the symptoms of internal parasite? When your goat is dealing with internal parasite, what are the symptoms? Number 1 is weight loss. Number 2, stooling, which is diarrhea that we just discussed. And number 3, which is the last one, is weakness. They are going to be weak. They won't function properly. So those are the symptoms. Then what are the medication to use? You are going to use antibiotics such as oxytetracycline and penicillin. This oxytetracycline, you might not get it as oxytetracycline. They might just write tetracycline. But if you check the label very well, you are going to see oxy there. So it is not only one company that is producing this thing. It's just like me, have my company, you have your own, this one have their own, and they produce the same set of drugs out, but from different companies. So you can get any one and inject the goods. Then I move to the number 3, which is external parasite. So what do we understand by external parasite? So this is caused by mites. Mites, I think they are they are like living organisms too that lives on the skin. Mites, they are very small like this. This is caused by mites or other ectoparasites such as fungi. Endoparasite is the one that live inside the skin, that disturb from the inside. But ectoparasite lives outside the skin of your goat and they disturb from there. Then some of these things too can be caused by fungi. This whitish thing you used to see on your goats. So what are the symptoms you are going to see to realize that your goat is dealing with external parasites? Number one, rubbing and scratching. They will be rubbing and scratching their body on the wall like this. That is when you will be seeing goats leaning on the wall and be scratching their body. So that is to tell you that they are dealing with external parasites. Number two is weakness. They are going to be weak. They won't function properly. And number three is weight loss. They are going to be losing weight gradually. So if left untreated, can lead to death at the farm. So what are the medication you can use? The only medication I have here to suggest from my side is ivermectin. So that ivermectin, you inject it on the skin, you lift the skin, you drag the skin up, then you inject it under the skin. So that is how to use ivermectin. Then if you may be asking me, we have different type of ivermectin, although they are the same time, they do the same work. But Kepro ivermectin work better, I think, compared to the rest, which I can't really say, but our veterinary doctor will have a say on it. So that is that about external parasites. Let's go to the number 4, which is inflammation. Number 4, which is the inflammation, it can be caused by antibody interaction. Either the antibody, their immune system is reacting negatively to whatever things they eat, or probably against each other. So it can be caused through that, or through infection or physical injuries. When there is injury, some other parasite like either endoparasite can enter, or ectoparasite can still work. From there, they will start having inflammation. So inflammation is when something swell up. All right, so that is inflammation. So what are the symptoms to know that, okay, your goat is dealing with inflammation? Number 1, redness. That spot is going to be red. Number 2, swelling. And number 3, weakness. Is either that place swell up and will turn red, or that place will just swell up, or that spot will not swell up and it will be red, or your goats are going to be facing weakness. So all these things are the symptoms of inflammation. So once you see them in your goat, you can easily tell that yes, your goat is dealing with either internal or external inflammation. So medication to use, that is number 1, penicillin. Number 2, tetracycline. Number 3, aspirin. Number 4, you can use ibuprofen or dexamethasone. So you can use dexamethasone also to treat inflammation when it comes to goat farming. It could be goat, it could be ram, it could be any cattle. So that is what you use to treat that particular goat dealing with such issue. I move to number 5, which is foot rot. Foot rot is caused by bacteria when animals have untreated injuries for a long time. So when your animal have injury on their hooves, on their leg, maybe a nail just penetrates through their leg, the main hoof that they used to match ground, or maybe they step on something, or maybe part of it got broken. When they have this kind of injury, some living organisms which are anti-health to them can enter into the leg. From there, the leg will start getting rotty, which is not good enough for your goat or the rams or any cattle you have at the farm. So what are the symptoms to know that yes, your goat is dealing with foot rot? Number 1, inability to walk. Your goat will not be able to walk well. They won't be balanced. They will not walk well. Then number 2, limping to walk. Your goat will be, instead of matching the ground 1 2 1 2, it will match like this, then jump this one, match like this, jump this one. So they will be limping the leg. They won't want to step the leg on the ground very well, appropriately, as they are supposed to do. When this one stand, instead of this one to go, it will just be like small tip. They will carry it again. So that is how they will be limping their leg. Then number 3, they will be holding their legs up. Instead of, when they say, you watch some goats when they have foot rots, once they stay close to the wall like this, so instead of resting, or maybe they are under shed, instead of putting their 4 legs on the ground, they won't. One will be hanging up. So that one that is hanging up, they will hang it up like this. That one that is hanging up is already having issue one way or the other, which need urgent attention. Then they will be grazing on their nails. Some of us used to see this thing. When your animal go to the field to eat. Instead of them to stand straight, then use their mouth to cut grasses, they rather sleep on their legs like this. If it is back leg, they will sleep on the back leg, then they will be eating. They will not be able to stand and eat or graze on the field properly. So what are the medications to use? Number one, first of all, check what the issue is with your goat. If it is something that enters inside, remove it. If it is something that choke it, remove it. So after that, you treat with penicillin and tetracycline. So from doing this for a few days, the goat is going to be okay. So let's move now to number 6, which is long hoofs. Long hoofs. Long hoofs don't actually happen to goats oftentimes, but sometimes it does too. So long hoofs is a result of animal grazing on wet ground for a long time. So if you keep your goat, or maybe if your goat farm is in a watery place, like I do advise majority of people that don't leave your goat in a watery area. If you want to select a proper land for your goat farming, then it should be on dry land, not where there is water. Or when there is little rain like this, the whole place will accumulate water. It shouldn't be your choice of land for goat farming. So you should choose a dry land. So your goats living and working on wet land for a long time can cause long hoofs. Just as you are seeing in the picture, the legs, their normal shoe, the shoe of their leg, let me explain it that way, will be long instead of it to be normal. So symptoms: inconvenient movement. It's just like when you, as a child, probably some of us who are fathers already, when you have your kid at home and they put on your shoe, they will not be able to walk well because that is oversized. The same way it happens to goat or cattle of all kinds. If they experience long hoof, they will have inconvenience in movement, in their movement. Then oversized hoof, that size will be too long. You will see the size of their hoof, of their shoe, it will be long. When you see all these things, then that shows that your goat is having long hooves. So what are the medication for them in this kind of situation? Number one, check it, examine it, then cut it. After you cut it, treat and put powder, injection powder, or protein or penicillin, whichever one you can get, and give them penicillin, just as I explained. It could be injection powder, or you can give them the liquid one. If it warrants you using gauze bandage or whatever to bandage it, to tie it, then you do it. So from there, your goats are going to be okay. Now we are moving to number 7, which is cough. Cough in goats is a respiratory distress caused by bacteria or by what is happening in their environment, e.g., dust and smoke. Now, if you see your goats coughing, if they are coughing, what caused it is either it is a respiratory distress or it is what is happening in their environment, mostly the dust, or when they started burning bushes, grasses around your farm. Take note, you will see that some of it happens to chicken too. So you will see that your goat will start coughing. So all those things that is happening in their environment, even sometimes when you give them food that is too dusty, that have too much of dust, as much as they are eating and the dust is entering into their nose, it will cause them to cough. So what are the symptoms you are going to see to know that, oh, it is cough that is disturbing my goat? Number 1 is cough. They will be coughing normal. They will cough. Then number 2, isolation. They'll just go to one corner, they will start cough. They will cough. They will just stand there on their own and they will start coughing. They will start coughing. So that shows that that is a cough. Then what are the medication you can give to such animal at that point in time? You can give dexamethasone. Then you give tetracycline and also Nuflo Gold. This Nuflo Gold works well. Number 8 is weakness. Weakness is caused by stress or health complication, insufficient feed, or climate condition. Weakness is when your goat cannot stand up, cannot stand on its own. It's just sleeping on one spot. It cannot move. It cannot eat. They cannot go and drink water. They can't do anything. They are just there at one spot. So it shows they are weak. If it is not any other health from the inside, it could be just normal climate condition, or probably they don't have sufficient food to carry their strength. or probably it's a kind of health complication from the inside, just as I explained. So what are the symptoms you are going to see to know that, okay, it is weakness that is disturbing my goat? Number one is dullness. The goat is going to be dullness. Then number two, isolation. That is, the goat, while others are going to graze, the goats will be on one spot. While others are moving around, the goat will be at one angle, just sleeping there. So isolation and loss of appetite. Mostly they lose their appetite. So these are the symptoms you are going to see. So if you notice or realize this kind of thing in your goat farming, then you should know you are dealing with weakness. So what are the medication to use? Number one is fresh water. Try to move close to the goats. Give that goat particularly fresh water and food. Give the goat food to eat. Then you give vitamin and iron injection. So from there, your goats are going to be fine. Then let's move to number 9 quickly. Loss of appetite. Loss of appetite. Loss of appetite occur when animal intake too much protein in food, or can also be caused by toxin disorder due to bacteria. When your goat doesn't have appetite to eat, is there that the goat is dealing with internal disorder, maybe sickness from the inside, or probably the protein in your food is too much. That is why your goat doesn't want to eat. Maybe that is why your goat lost appetite to eat. So what are the symptoms you are going to see to know that yes, it is loss of appetite? Number one, inability to eat on their own. That is that. Then number two, weight loss. So when your goat started having weight loss, they are not eating and they are having weight loss, then you should treat appetite quickly. So what are the medication? You can use electrolyte supplements. You can get electrolyte supplements from any veterinary store, or you give the goat glucose to lick, or you ingest the goat with multivitamin. Fresh pineapple too can still do wonder if the goat can eat that pineapple or any other fruit like oranges, banana, or anything you can give to the goat at that moment, just to open their appetite to eat. From there, your goats are going to be okay. So let's quickly move to the number 10, which is the last one, nasal discharge. Nasal discharge, it is an excessive fluid, that is fluid, that stick watery distinct that comes out of their nose, caused by upper respiratory tract disease. It could be a disease that is causing it, and another way too, it could be the dust around you. So what are the symptoms you are going to see? The symptoms is just going to be nasal discharge. You will just notice they are bringing kata, they are doing kata. So kata will just be coming. It will be many. If it is something that is just coming small, it is still good. But if it is coming every day, you are seeing the goat with kata, then you should treat nasal discharge. So what are the medication you can get? You can get oxytetracycline, procaine-penicillin, then fluorophenical or tylosin. So you can get any of these injection, these liquid drugs from the store and inject your goat. So these are just the few diseases that our goats contract at the farm. If you are a goat farmer or you have a goat around you, so you see this kind of thing, then you should be able to tell that it is this thing that is wrong with your goat. Like I said earlier, in a situation where you cannot treat it yourself, please get a veterinary doctor to do that for you. So the video won't be much more than this. My name is Simeon O. James. If you want to reach out to me for consultation only, please, you can message me with the number you are seeing on the screen, then we can talk from there. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing to AniBusiness. Don't forget, if you like the video, always like and drop a comment. Bye for now.